Well, can Roger Federer ever achieve his dream of 18th Grand Slam title? Well, that's something really needs to work out for after almost nearly getting it yesterday against Novak Djokovic. This is Channels Television broadcasting live from Lagos. I'm Cecilia Amorogbe and you're watching Sports This Morning. First, let's take a look at some of the major stories that are making the headlines this morning. The Nigerian Football Federation will inaugurate electoral committee today ahead of the elections. Well, on the World Cup, the traditional four, no outsider, definitely in the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup in Brazil. You have the Germans, the Netherlands, Argentina, and of course, host nation Brazil. They are the ones that are in the semi-finals. And these four traditional teams will definitely be missing one player or the other. But for Argentina and of course Brazil, they will be missing Neymar and Angel Di Maria. And Neymar, the poster boy at the World Cup, of course, he said he's actually considering having an injection to actually get through the World Cup final. All Brazil have to do is to ensure that they take out the Germans in the semi-finals and get to the finals. They might just have their Neymar back to play the final. But remember, he actually broke his third vertebrae. That it's going to be very difficult for him. But he wants to use an injection and ensure that he can play. But the doctor has said he will be out for close to 45 days. Well, also on the program, we'll be talking, well, motorsport, and of course for Lewis Hamilton is a huge one for him. The fact that he has won his second title at Silverstone. So for him, he has actually thrown the title race open, 4 points now behind Nico Rosberg at the championship. Well, all these and more after this big party in Colombia, welcoming the team back home. Well, remember, they actually make a historic statement at the World Cup, getting to the quarterfinals for the very first time and having the highest goal scorer so far in the tournament coming from that country.
Quería recordar a alguien que él no está acá y hizo parte grande de todo esto. Ese es Falcao, el tigre, por favor. Falcao, le queremos mucho. Espero estés viendo esto. Gracias.
En el mundial, que decía...
With that celebration, surely a big party. Well, it's a pity the Super Eagles didn't get that hype because, well, all the players actually left Brazil. Most of the players left Brazil straight to their, training camp. And I'm talking about training camp. That is where their teams are actually having a pre-season tournament. And just Babatunde and Coach Stephen Keshi and two other players arrived on Friday. And of course, well, it's really nothing to talk about because there was no form for the Eagles. Hopefully 2018 Russia will get to party like the Colombians are doing. Well, Olumide is here. Olumide, good morning.
morning. It's great to be here. Sorry to say, the way Nigerians the way they demand for so much from the team. I think it's only when we win the World Cup we celebrate like that.
Wow, that's huge.
Considering Nigerians are so demanding.
Yeah, so demanding. And if you check Colombians, they were not at the 2002 World Cup, 2006 World Cup, they were not there. 2010, they were not there, and they came to Brazil in 2014. And of course, they ensured they got to the quarterfinals, and they were without their star man. I'm talking about Adama Falcao. James Rodriguez actually came to the party. Presently their highest goal scorer. And hopefully, if the likes of Thomas Müller and Lionel Messi don't get to score more goals, well, he will just claim it. With Neymar, he's out. Okay, semi-finals fixtures. It was really a huge weekend. Netherlands, had to escape just by the skin of their teeth. For Argentines, of course, Gonzalo Higuain came to the party and he managed to give them the lone goal victory that saw them to the semi-finals. For Germany and France, of course, it was still like that, a lone goal victory. But the good thing is that you have 4 teams in the in the semi-finals at the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, great to see the 4 big teams actually getting to the last 4, and it's wide open. Any of them could win it. It's so much riding for the 4 of them. You have Argentina, who finally could break that jinx with Lionel Messi. Brazil, a host nation, hosting to win. We'll see if they could do that. I personally don't think they
can.
Yeah. We have Netherlands so close 4 years ago. They don't want a repeat of what happened in 1974 and 1978, where they lost in the final twice. But I think Germany have the advantage. Germany have been knocking on the door for so long. I think it's finally time for them to clinch it. Now,
of all the 4 of them, only the Netherlands haven't won the World Cup before. So definitely they will be more under pressure to deliver. I think they really want to remove that on that kind of tag, underachievers like the Spaniards were.
Certainly.
So they
certainly they want to follow the footsteps of the Spaniards who for so long couldn't really achieve something concrete on the world stage. But I feel they could get into the final. I actually think they'll play the final. They and Germany will be in the final.
Okay, that's what you're thinking.
Yeah,
Netherlands and Germany, all European finals. That's what you want to see.
Certainly. Initially, when the competition started, I thought it was going to be another South American final. But based on what I've seen so far, I believe the Europeans are going to continue.
You think Argentina, Angel Di Maria definitely missing semi-finals. Well, they may not be able to get to the finals. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that should.
And of course, the Brazilians should be out in the semi-finals also.
Well, they have 2 huge blows right now, trying to do without 2 huge players really in Neymar and Thiago Silva. But that aside, the Germans have so much experience at this level. You look at the team, they've been fielding since the beginning of the tournament. They have this good blend, this great understanding. Brazil have done so well so far. In the Confederations Cup last year, we saw how well they were able, to handle the pressure. But this time around, I think the pressure is quite. We saw what happened in the second round games and in the second round and the
quarterfinals.
They struggled despite having their best team. So they're playing a German side who are going for glory.
Definitely.
So clinical. So many match winners in the side.
In that team. Yeah. So you really can't pinpoint who are you going to hold. Yourself closer teams right now, they don't really need him much because you have Thomas Müller, Toni Kroos, so many of them. Any player can easily score when it comes to the German team.
I think it's Germany's time. They have themselves to blame.
They had the opportunity in 2008 and they could not just claim that. Okay, let's listen to this man who is now a hero. Netherlands, remember, about 5 penalties they've played. They've never been able to win except one. But Team Krul, of course, Louis van Gaal had to do something very, very unique on Saturday night. And he brought him this guy who had saved just 2 penalties in Newcastle. He brought him in, making a very, very fantastic debut. Few minutes he spent on the pitch, he became a hero, taking the shine off everyone that has really played so well at the quarterfinals. Let's listen to him, how he felt when he was asked to actually go in and save the day.
The manager and the goalie coach told me before the game, if we had another substitution left, the possibility will be there that he will use me in the penalty shootout. So yeah, obviously for me, the whole game, I was watching it in a different view because I knew the possibility could be there. I don't think I've done anything wrong. I haven't shouted at him in an aggressive manner. I just told them, like I said before, I told them that I knew where they were going and that I've analyzed where they were going. I'm trying obviously to get in their heads, and it worked yesterday. They're in the semi-final, so you have to be a fantastic team to be there. But we are a fantastic team as well, and I think we can be really confident with what we've shown, the players we've got. We're fit. I think we're fitter than most teams in this World Cup. And like I said, we can be confident, and it's going to be a fantastic game.